on, where are you? We've got to get this Krack review done. Come on. Hello guys.
Welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, the UK's most trusted review source. Today we've got an exciting one to say the very least, a very hyped one we get questioned on almost on a daily basis. It comes from the sister company of Aggressive Labs, the guys that bought you Hell Knocks, Jacked AF,
Leatherface.
you know, some really powerful ones. This is Halo Farms Kracked. 100 milligrams DMAA, 150 DMHA.
It's not playing any games.
No, it's going to be a heavy hitter. Stay tuned for every segment of this one.
And if you are new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button and tick the bell icon for all future reviews.
Thank you. Taste and mixability segment with the Kracked pre-workout. It comes in 2 different flavours, believe it or not. And it comes in
Electric Blue Lemonade.
Sounds nice, eh? And the one we've actually got is the Coconut Pineapple Gasm. It smells very nice. I've tried it the 2 times before. This is Craig's first time using this, so he's going to give you a very honest taste and mixability feedback score.
And bearing in mind on the label it does specifically say to do a heaping scoop, so we're making sure it's at the very least rounded.
Smells nice, doesn't it? Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah,
Smells
it does
like
smell really
coconut.
nice. Really nice. I'm not expecting much from flavour because of the long list of stimulants in it, so if it's above average I'll be shocked. Sweet.
There you go. What do you think? What do you think of that mixability?
Not too bad. There's a few bits in there from the glycerol floating, but you know, that comes with the territory.
Yeah, not bad at all. I reckon that'll be fine by the time it properly switches round.
Let's go.
Right, here we go.
That's not bad actually. I don't mind that.
Think very carefully before you give us a number.
It's a bit weak. I'd probably go with a 3.5 to 3.75.
Cool, you're above me.
Where are you?
I was going to say 2.5 to 3.
Really?
Because there's a bit of a funny aftertaste. We'll have a think. We'll go through it and we'll have a proper combination score. Okay, guys. After delving a bit more into the ins and outs, and because of the mixability, we've decided to meet in the middle of our scores. This is a perfect example of where taste is very discretional. You prefer it to me. I don't mind it at all. It's just a bit weak and a bit of a bitter aftertaste, maybe, perhaps arguable. So we've decided to land on a 3 out of 5. So that is absolutely important to note. That is by no means a bad tasting pre-workout, especially when you look at the long list of stimulants and other bits and pieces. I'd be honest, I think they've done a fantastic job.
Majorly
I'd be
doable.
shocked if it was any better, really.
And the other flavour, who knows, might be even nicer.
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
How much is it to get older Kracked, you might be asking, and Aaron's going to tell you right here, right now.
I will be telling you guys. You can get this product straight off the ruescosupplements.com. We are in talks with them for a discount code, and they're normally quite good at giving them, so they haven't got back to us just yet. Do keep an eye on the description below, because if we get it, we'll put it in there. It's probably the easiest way going forward.
And our Instagram, review_bros.
Definitely keep checking that out. We'll chuck it all on there. So we're going to go by the normal price anyhow. Now the normal price is $49.95, which translate into Great British Sterling at £39.95. So, you know, it's a bit more expensive straight off the bat than a normal everyday pre-workout. But I think we can argue with what's in it, it's more than a normal everyday pre-workout as well. So you do have to expect those costs to come in line with it.
At 30 servings, right?
Yes, it is a full 30 serving tub, so you've also got a month's supply. You don't need to worry about running out any of that malarkey. I can tell you it is £1.31 a go, or $1.64. So, yeah, you know,
Not the worst.
No, definitely not the worst by a long margin. I think it helps it being a 30 serving tub. You might want to know where that falls on our consistent pricing scale, and I can tell you it falls into a 3 out of 5. So, you know, there are cheaper out there, but I can tell you now there are definitely more expensive out there. I'd say that's a middle of the road, average price product. You know, 3 out of 5. Can't say much more than that.
Other than the ingredients panel looks good.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what's in this Kracked pre-workout then. So 30 servings a tub, like we mentioned. There's no actual serving size officially on the label, but you could divide it all up and work it out if you were really interested. First up is caffeine anhydrous at 350 milligrams.
Sweet spot, stimulant, you know, that's the main stimulant in all pre-workouts these days. You know, it's going to speed up the heart rate, give some energy, really get you kicking up the bum, and I think that's a really good dose.
Yeah. And then we have ephedra extract, 150 milligrams.
This comes as never densis, guys, so it's also known as Mormon tea. It does not contain ephedrine like the stem of the plant does. This is taken from other components of that plant. There's not actually, to be honest with you, a lot of evidence to suggest that it's going to be much use in this pre-workout. It's sort of a general health ingredient, you know, for colds and whatnot. Give you a little bit of energy. Nothing too extreme like ephedrine does.
Okie dokie. And then we move into the first proper blend, which is the performance blend, consisting of first up L-citrulline malate at 8 grams.
Yeah, a really, really, really good dose. If that's standardised 2-to-1, you know you're getting a hefty dose of pure citrulline. Yeah, pumps are going to be induced by that a hell of a lot. That's a really good dose. Nice,
solid to see that in there. Beta-alanine at 3.2 grams is next.
Again, clinical dose, perfect amount, that sweet spot, you know, that's going to give you that itchy, tingly feeling that a lot of us love, especially at that dose. You know, it also helps with endurance in the gym.
Awesome. Then we have glycerol monostrate, 2 grams.
Nice dose, guys. This is the one that's normally responsible for the clumping of the pre-workouts. Because it draws in water, but it's also responsible in the body for pumps. So it's going to work with that citrulline malate very nicely.
Cell volumization time. Then we have taurine at 1 gram.
General athletic performance, a bit of nootropic sort of cognition benefits to that ingredient as well. And that's just a standard dose, so it's going to do the job.
Nice. Then we have agmatine sulfate at 1 gram again.
You know, pumps also been shown in some research to have nootropic benefits, you know, stimulation of the mind and whatnot. How much is in that, sorry?
1 gram, so that's pretty
standard.
Yeah,
that's a standard, solid dose of that. Very nice.
Yeah. Then we move into N-acetyl L-tyrosine at 500 milligrams.
Again, a nootropic. It's going to give you that focus. It's more powerful and more bioavailable than its normal L-tyrosine form. I will say we have seen it higher, but we have seen it lower. It's still going to get you some focus element there.
Yeah, so that's a pretty stock dose on that as well. And then we move into the Euphoria-tism blend.
Standard word.
And then first up is B-phenylethylamine HCl 600 milligrams.
Solid dose, guys. That's responsible for the euphoria, but it's a mood elevator as well. So it's going to make you happy. It's going to help you deal with stress. It's going to get you in the right frame of mind to hit those weights.
Lovely. And then we have Area Gerensis at 225 milligrams.
This is exciting. This is where it really starts getting, you know, the highness effects, the stimulation. You know, it's going to really power up your workout. We've always enjoyed that ingredient.
Yeah, very nice. And then we have 2-aminoaspartame 150 milligrams.
Also known as DMHA. Again, a serious stimulant. It is one of those grey market area ingredients. But yeah, there's no denying its capability with the mind, with the body, with the stimulation it delivers.
Nice. And then pairing with that, if that wasn't enough, we have 1-3 DMAA 100 milligrams on top.
Powerful stimulant. This is about as powerful a stimulant as you're going to get in a pre-workout. It obviously is absolutely not supposed to be in a pre-workout, but it does have benefits, and the people love that benefit, and that benefit is stimulation. You know, it's chemical bonds are along the lines of amphetamines. It really is, you know, it's powerful. It's a powerful drug.
It's going to get you zoned in, happy and high. And then we have theobromine HCl, 50 milligrams.
Again, it really does taper in all those energy. It's another source of an energy. How much of that is there?
50 milligrams. I think that's a bit lower than normal.
That is a bit lower, but it should still par up nicely with the other stims that are in there.
So that's just mainly mood elevation. It's from it's the main ingredient in chocolate that makes you happy. And then we have Nupect, which I know a lot of people love, 40 milligrams.
Stimulant, guys. Not all too often seen. It was in Condemned Labs, Convict, should I say. There's been a few others, and that's a standard dose, I'd argue. But again, stimulation as well as focus.
Nice. And then finishing off the label is yohimbine HCl, 5 milligrams.
Huge dose. This is the Marmite ingredient of the pre-workout world. You either love it or you hate it. You know, it's responsible for blood flow, and it also does help with dry mouth. So, you know, that sounds quite funny, but that's going to be responsible for that dribbly effect. You know, it does have stimulation effects as well.
Yeah, a bit of mood elevation comes as an offshoot of that as well.
And that is a huge dose.
About 2 milligrams over what you'd normally consider a high dose. So
it's not alpha yo, it's yohimbine HCl.
Yeah.
So it's not quite as powerful, we argue. But yeah, still a mega dose.
We'll see how it all comes together in training then. So stay tuned.
The bit you've been waiting for, guys, it's that effects section. How did me and Craig honestly feel this pre-workout? Straight off the bat, we took the product, no problems getting it down. It didn't taste too bad, did it?
No.
We were quite surprised. We got 3.2 grams of beta-alanine, but we didn't really get any itchy or tingly feels. However, I'd like to mention we did get very much an internal heating. Like you felt it hot and like it was a thermogenic almost.
Yeah, and in any scenarios where we don't feel beta-alanine, it's normally in a product that has a lot of stimulants in it, such as this. And our argument is always because your body's digesting and dealing with so many other ingredients that it can't really. The beta-alanine takes a back seat almost.
Yeah, I'd definitely argue that. But the heating takes the front seat. I'd argue it's quite a sweaty pre-workout for the few times that I have used it.
Yeah.
You would agree with me on that. It's it feels like it's a fat burner as well as a pre-workout. It really does sweat you out.
Yeah, all those stimulants going to work.
There's absolutely no doubt on the way to the gym, the euphoria / tunnel vision did kick in, and you do have a huge spike of energy. You really do feel ready to go.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of being ready to go, it is also, unfortunately, an unhealthy feel to it. We probably place that on the yohimbine. You can almost, I would say, the whole of the session, I could feel my throat was a bit like, I don't know, hard to say, like tight.
Cribbly.
Like, like it was trying to combat that dry mouth, and that's what it was actually one of the
benefits to
yeah,
yohimbine.
strangely, and it does, it makes your salivation go up.
So you might be wondering what other pre-workouts have we mentioned similar effects in, and that would be cocaine and Edge of Insanity, which is what you'd liken this to in that realm.
It didn't feel quite as unhealthy as either of them.
No.
But it definitely did feel a bit unhealthy.
Yeah, you'd get out of breath in during sets. You'd have to be like, catch your breath a bit.
Yeah,
bit
you felt like you was. It felt like when we was obviously doing a weight session, it felt more like we was doing a cardio session alongside it. You know, your heart rate is very high, and you can feel the heart is beating powerfully. Like you can almost see the veins in the neck. You have to take a little bit of time out between sets to really think about survival.
It's a bit of a love-hate relationship pre-workout. When it's on your side and you're using it to train hard, you're loving it, but then you'll finish your set and you'll be like, oh, actually, no, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, and I'd say towards the end of the workout, the unhealthy side started to taper down, and I felt ready to continue on. You had a slight crash, would you say?
Yeah, I was starting to slump a little bit, sort of mid to the end of the workout. I don't know, it was strange. It wasn't a crash, I just suddenly lost the urgency. I'm not quite sure what happened.
I didn't really. I don't think I did on the other workouts, so that might be a
one-off for me, yeah.
or a sign of where it does affect different people differently.
Pumps. We've talked about energy and focus, and we've said that they're very good.
The pumps, they were respectable. You would argue with 8 grams of citrulline and another 2 grams of glycerol, they should be very, very good. I wouldn't say they were very, very good. They were okay.
The thing is, whenever you try and do a pre-workout that hits pumps and stim really, really well,
it's very hard.
You can only win on one of those things.
It's very hard. You know, there's only very few companies that have managed to do that. It's
antagonistically working ingredients to a degree. So you might be asking, how does this compare to the other pre-workout that was DMAA and DMHA?
You didn't feel as happy on this. It was more of an aggressive kill the weights one. That's a happy, productive, nice feeling one.
Good side of the force, bad side of the force.
Yeah, it's evil versus good.
Happy, angry.
Yeah. Who's this suitable for? Absolutely not your everyday Joe. If you're quite new to the pre-workout world, we put this one side. Do not buy this one. If you're a stim junkie who's used to it and experienced with hardcore pre-workouts, there's probably not going to be much of an option to say no to this. There's no doubt that it's really trying to blast through the wall, as I'd say.
Yeah.
It's really trying to kick you up the butt to get you blasting the training.
Yeah.
It's all guns blazing.
I personally liked it more towards the start of the session, and then liked it less as it went on. I think it's the Yihimbine.
I think I was the other way around, so it shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if we could change it, we'd take the Yihimbine out, wouldn't we? Because we just
lower
the dose, because it just seems that that's the thing that doesn't agree with us.
The productivity, you could argue, is down. It's not for someone who's really going for
a
their
serious
training.
Bodybuilder.
Yeah, someone who's trying to put on weight. They live in a healthy diet, all the rest of it. This is a
mess around pre to a degree.
Yeah. It's a stim junkie pre. Can't deny it.
Yeah.
I think we've rounded it all off on that. The only thing we need to give you guys is our honest score out of 5. Do you have a score in mind? Because I do.
Yeah, so as you guys know, we always factor in the productivity of a pre-workout and use negatives to lower the score where needed, really. So what's your score?
I would give it a 4.25 out of 5. Because there's no doubt the stims are there. It was probably a bit too strong for me. And it did feel a bit unhealthy. I really was focusing on breathing, heart rate, jitters a slight amount.
Yeah. It's in our top 5 for the most stim junkiest pre's we've ever used. And my score I had in mind was around a 4, but I'd be happy to go up to a 4.25.
So it's there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an all guns blazing, blast your head off pre-workout.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no getting around it.
No. 4.25 out of 5 it is. Final verdict on the Kracked pre-workout by Halo Farm. If you guys had a look at all the different elements, then you'll see that it was an interesting pre-workout, to say the least. A very, very hyped one, that is important to note.
Yeah, massively.
A lot of people have asked us to review this, so here it is. Starting off the beginning, the taste and the mixability. We gave it a
3 out of 5. I want to say, because it was a bit different on the 2 scores, but we come together.
Yeah, you said 3.5, I said 2.5, so we decided to merge at and the mixability at 3, and the mixability was not bad.
Yeah,
it's definitely something you're not going to struggle with, but you're also not going to write home about it.
Doable, especially for what's in it. We can't really complain too much. And then next up was Price, which also actually got a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
So again, for what's in it, respectable price.
do check that price point out in that segment. And moving on to absolutely the most important part of all our reviews, and that is the effects section. And this was its highest score, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a 4.25 out of 5.
Yeah, do check that segment out, that's all I'll say. And that gives us a total score of 10.25 out of 15. So, respectable.
Yeah,
respectable.
Above average. Hitting every category with a respectable score. It's not slumping hard anywhere. It does live up to the hype of it being a Stim Junkie pre-workout. It's not for your everyday bodybuilder or newbie.
No.
It is just for Stim Junkies. That's the simplest way of putting it,
isn't it? Guys, obviously, just I want to say a massive thanks to Halo Farm for sending this out to get reviewed. Do check it out. Check it out on Moresco Supplements. Again, check that description below. We'll try and get hold of a discount code. Just keep your eye on it. Thank you all for watching along. Do tell your friends about us and our reviews. We appreciate it. And, you know, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the review. Let us know if you've used it or if it's something you're planning on using. Let us know what else you want us to get reviewed. And do subscribe if you can.
Yeah, and if there's any other DMAA, DMHA pre's that you're aware of that you would like us to review that we haven't, let us know, because we're always trying to hunt down these very special pre-workouts.
Absolutely. As always, guys,
stay
stimmed, and you will on Kracked.
Cocaine. Crack cocaine. Half a scoop of cracked and half a scoop of cocaine is crack cocaine.
Yeah, there you go.